So this is a collective message. If it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, then it's not for you. This isn't just for the enlightened beings as we normally do our collectives. It's just when I was praying, it was like, give this message. So I'm going to give this message. If it hits, it hits. I'm being told to bring out the girls. Hey, I'm being told to bring out my girls. My girls I usually reserve only for my private paid readings or my higher level readings. But I was told to get them, and so we're going to get them today and get started on this collective. Ah, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. All right, what's the message? What is the message? Okay. Is that how we're ending, or is there another one? There's another one. Okay. Thank you for grabbing your daily heart me's. By the way, when you grab those, please comment something below so you can get all your points. Gather all your points. Because it tells TikTok that you are a human being and that you like to engage in the type of content that I'm doing so that you will get more of that from different people. You know, they have the best algorithm of all the platforms. It does lateral and longitudinal type of things. So that's why you see things you wouldn't think of. Hold on, I got one more. I'm waiting for the other one to come out. Okay. Is that it? Okay. Okay. I'm going to show you the cards. And then we'll work on the story. And because people are going to ask me which cards we're using, I'm going to go ahead and pin them up so you can see them as we work with them. So the cards that we're going to be using are the Faces of Oshun card. Turn off the mirror. The Faces of Oshun Oracle cards. These are by Abiola Abrams. They are so good. If you're watching from YouTube, the link is in the description. If you are watching on TikTok, you guys see the shopping cart. Oh man, it feels a little heavy though. I'm not gonna lie. This feels a little bit of a heavy thing. And I'm getting that this is like an alert, a warning, a reminder, especially as we start to close out this year and we start clearing out energy and figuring out what it is we want to carry into next year. I know people say, you know, one day to the next isn't, hey, Maddie. I know people say like one day to the next isn't, you know, there's nothing different about the days. It's really about the energy and the intention that you set. So yes, there is something different. And the difference is going to be, again, your intention and your energy. What are you going to pour into it? Thank you for the rosas. You're helping me clear my goals. I appreciate it. All right, so I'm just to give you the cards and then we'll go through it. So the first card here is the Oshun of Unwavering Love. And I want you to take a real good look at the picture here because the picture is almost like an optical illusion. And it is, oh, Jesus, already getting these goosebumps. Thank you. I'm going to dive into the meanings of all this stuff in just a second. I just want you to see the cards, and then we're going to go one by one. So this is Oshun of Unwavering Love. It's unconditional love, compassion, and selflessness. So we're going to be talking about that in a second. The next card that came out here for you, and for us, because it's collective, is Oshun of deception. Okay, so this is about dishonesty and masking and self-delusion. So that is, if you don't already get it, that's a big deal right off the bat, because it's self-delusion. Okay, so thank you for helping me clear that goal. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm trying to clear out my gift gallery, so light it up. Thank you. All right, so the third card that came out, this is where it starts to get a little heavy. And this is the, hey, this is Oshun of shame and regret. And so this card here, and really interesting because it follows the self-deception, and I shuffled and shuffled and shuffled, and they came out next to each other. So 21 and 22. This card here is about guilt and remorse and self-loathing. I know y'all can already feel some of that heaviness coming off of this card here. So again, we are going to get an alert. This is a warning, a reminder, and an alert as we go into, thank you, as we go into this next year. And so the final card that came out for the collective reading here is Oshun of miracles. And I love that it followed all the darkness with the light, except it's in the shadow. It's in the reverse. So we're looking at Oshun of miracles. This is divine synchronicity, unexpected blessings, and hope. Let's dive into it. Let's dive into it. Okay. I'm just trying to understand in what capacity are we going to this? Okay. So what I just heard just now, as I was listening to understand where this card starts in the story, and I was asked to pay attention to the moons, and I was told the season is over. The season is over. The season of isolation, the season of it felt like, okay, so it feels like it was self-protection, right? Except it doesn't protect anymore. So with the Oshun of unwavering love is asking you to be a giver again, not to be afraid of being hurt, not to be afraid of people using or taking, but for you to use discernment about who you're giving to. Because if you are going to be discerning about who deserves your energy, your effort, your time, your love, your compassion, your attention, then you don't have to worry about being used. Because if you are walking in alignment, if you are, again, like leaning into your own intuition, your own spirit, and you are listening and divining and discerning, then you don't have to worry about being used. No one can hurt you if you are allowing yourself to pay attention, not just to the red flags, but also to the energetic mismatch. Some people aren't red flags. They just don't deserve to be in your life. So, but you are asked to come out of your shell. You are asked to give love, to give attention, to give help, to give of yourself to a person who is going to be reciprocally giving back to you. They need to be reflecting you back to yourself. They need to be real support for you. They need to be people who do not leave you feeling negative after your interaction, but instead leave you feeling filled Because I'm being told that a lot of y'all had gone into the darkness to lick your wounds, myself included, okay? So this is a collective reading. But a lot of us have gone into the darkness over the last few years to lick our wounds from being hurt, being betrayed, being disappointed, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, because we have been such givers, because we didn't have the boundaries that we needed to have, because we didn't exercise our no to others and our yes to ourselves. You are being asked in this season to be selective with your yes, but to still be able to say yes, right? Everybody else gets your no, okay? Um, but the thing here too that I'm getting here is this is about no strings attached, right? So again, if you are discerning, if you're in alignment, you don't have to worry about this person's intentions with you. And okay. So the other thing about it too is you have to be a person of good intention as well. Because some of y'all will hurt someone before they can hurt you because you think that's the way the game got to be played. And again, you are not in this season of wasting time with people. So why in the world would you be the villain in your relationships? You know what I mean? So you don't have to hurt someone first or whatever. No, this is time for you to be cracked open. I know y'all see like from the back that there's this honey dripping out of her back. That is because it is almost like an oozing wound, because you see the dark spots around it. That is like the oozing wound because it is being pushed out of her. It is being pushed out of her because now she is being confronted and supported, um, so that there is no room for that darkness anymore. There is no room for those hurts or things anymore. And so it's getting pushed out of her body. And that's what I'm telling you is like your spirit team, your God, your angels, your departed souls who are looking out for you, they are saying it is time for you to find this love. And not just romantically. The love is for you. And the love is for you to give as well, because it needs to be reciprocal. So you have to be vulnerable enough to give, and you also have to be vulnerable enough to receive. Some of us will not allow ourselves to receive, but you also have to be, your cup also has to be filled. I don't know if y'all have ever seen that example, right? Where somebody did some kind of video, some meme, something where they filled, I haven't seen The Secret Life of Bees, but they filled a cup, right? And the cup is like of juice or something. And then they start to pour water into this cup. And as they pour water into this cup, the juice within gets more and more and more diluted until eventually all that's left in there is water. That is what is happening to you right now if you allow it. Right? Because again, we just had this full moon. We are now entering a new season, and we're not supposed to be waiting until January 1st or December 31st to make it happen. You're being asked to do this now. Okay? So we're in a new moon, a new cycle. This new moon in Gemini, I'm sorry, this full moon in Gemini has asked you to confront your hurts, has asked you to communicate your wants, and has asked you to not only communicate those wants, but to write them down so that they are manifest. We're not talking resolution. We are talking pure intentions. We're talking about realigning ourselves to our path. And whether or not you know if you're on purpose or not, that's not the question that should be of the utmost importance, because every step you make will bring you right back to purpose. You will be rerouted over and over again. So please understand that every step you take can be used towards your purpose. So whether you go left when you were supposed to go right, you will find yourself getting detoured back to the right. Okay? So that's not even the question. Everything is on purpose. Everything gets to be used for purpose is what I mean to say. But you're the one doing the most damage to you right now in this season. I don't you are the one, give me a second, I'll get to your reading in a second, but you're the one doing the most damage to you right now. I need y'all to understand that. We're being asked to confront ourselves, okay? Because this is the second card I showed y'all. This is the second card that came out. Thank you for the likes and the shares. The ocean of deception. And so again, this card is about dishonesty. It's about masking, and it's about self-delusion. So this really isn't about your dishonesty to anybody else. This is about your dishonesty to yourself. That's right, 333 for the central people. So this is about your dishonesty to yourself. So again, the full moon in Gemini is asking you to confront that. Is asking you to say, what do you really want? And write that junk down. Don't worry about what is possible right now. Don't worry about what you deserve right now. You're not even being asked to consider that yet. You're being asked to get honest about what it is that you want out of life. You're asked to be honest about who you want to be in this next phase of your life. You're asked to be honest about who you have been in this last phase of your life. So you are being commanded right off the rip. You're being commanded with these first two cards to take a real good look at yourself, because they both have mirrors and they both have reflections. And if the people that you hang out with are not reflecting who you need to be or who you want to be, then you're in the wrong circles. Either you don't fit or they don't fit. But either way, change has got to happen. And it's not going to be easy. Some people it might be easy, but it's not going to be easy for everybody, right? But this right here is saying stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to yourself. Stop telling yourself, let's use this example. Oh, in the new year, I'm gonna get that beach body by May or whatever. I don't know. People say stuff all the time about some resolution. But if you are not going to give your body the love, and I mean love, I'm not talking about just go to the gym, blah, blah, blah. When you love your body, you won't hurt your body. When you love your body, you would also change what you ingest in your brain. Because it's not just about sweating, it's about what you ingest. And it's not just about what kind of calorie you get, it's also about what kind of food you feed in your brain. So when you're making these goals, they got to be 360 type of goals. Otherwise, you're lying, because all you're going to do is slip again. All you're going to do is give up again. All you're going to do is quit on yourself again. And every time you quit, guess what happens? You teach yourself that you can't trust you. And y'all so busy worrying about, can I trust this person? Can I trust them? You can't even trust you. You can't even trust yourself. That's who you are being asked to rebuild a relationship with. Don't worry about whether or not you're going to reconcile with somebody who broke up with you. Baby, reconcile with yourself. Reconcile with your purpose. Reconcile with who you were made to be. And it ain't somebody's something. Okay? Anyway, let's keep going. So then we have this third card here. And this third card is about shame and regret. And it's in the shadow for me. Now, what that means is two things. Because some of y'all have already been doing the work. And I just want to congratulate you and say I'm so proud of you right now. Because this is hard to face. Your shadows are absolutely the hardest thing in your life that you would ever have to face, because you got to get honest about you and your own shortcomings. And I don't mean in a self-criticizing way. I mean in a way that is like be your own best friend, basically, right? So you got to figure out how to be your own best friend. So this right here, Oshun of shame and regret, and it's 22, so it's a master number. So this is definitely something we need to be mastering. But this is about giving yourself that love once again. Like some of us are carrying shame from maybe some decisions we made or something that people have done to us, and it has broken our bodies, and it has like pretty much robbed us of the light. You're being asked, thank you. You're being asked to understand, one, the shadow is temporary, but two, you have got to embrace your shame by understanding it's also a source of strength. Let me help you understand that, because these words here are guilt, remorse, and self-loathing. So what that means is what a lot of you are walking into right now is how much you don't love your own self. You over here, oh, I can't trust nobody. Oh, I don't love nobody. Oh, my circle is a dot. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Guess why? Because you don't love yourself. You are, what they say? You are the 5 people you hang with. In other words, you are part of the equation. And the equation is this is equal to that, is equal to that, is equal to that, whether we are going backwards or forwards, distributive factor, all that kind of stuff. So if you're seeing or having an issue with people, they are reflecting you back to you. And if you're carrying any shame, any regret, any jealousy, because y'all, when you start looking at other people and you got nothing but hate for their own accomplishments, that's because you know you ain't doing nothing you're supposed to be doing. That's because you hate the fact that they are brave enough or foolish enough or just daring enough to go after what they actually want while you are sitting in your fear, while you discourage you from moving forward, while you talk you out of your dream. So you're being told right now that one of the biggest things you need to be working on, especially in the top of this next year coming up, is bringing that love into yourself, for yourself. Okay? So if you are feeling shame, if you're feeling self-loathing, I need you to re-examine your stories. I myself carried a lot of shame over the financial situation I found myself in, thanks, in part to the pandemic. I'm like, I'm in my 40s. How am I starting all the way over? I'm telling y'all, I literally lost everything. In January, my storage with my entire life, and I had like actually 3 storages, but this main one that held my writing from when I was in high school, my granddad's Bible, my children's pictures, my baby books, my pregnancy stuff, all that stuff, somebody got my storage for $40. And they made a hell of a lot more because I had a lot of stuff in there that I wasn't using, like a power washer, whatever, They got their $40 worth and then some. And the grief I felt over losing everything but my natural life. And I was so ashamed of being right back here. So ashamed of having to start all the way over. But there is strength in your shame when you reframe your story. There is strength in your shame when you tell the truth about your story. I got here because I wasn't willing to bet on myself. I got here because I didn't even value myself. I got here because I allowed people to exploit the fact that I had no boundaries. I gave a lot of my time for free. I'm talking helping people navigate spaces when they're paying coaches $10,000. Meanwhile, I just spent 4 hours with them helping them figure out what they paid a coach to figure out. And so I had to get mad at myself. I had to tell the truth about myself because I couldn't be sitting over here. Why don't they value me? Because I got chastised. God said real quick, how they supposed to know who you are and what you are when you don't? So my shame of being here was about being angry at myself for not valuing myself. And some of y'all are in the same situation. You're sleeping with the wrong people. You over here asking me questions about will he stop being no contact? You know, he just be jerking my chain. We on again and off again. Baby, when are you gonna value yourself? When are you gonna get off the game? When are you gonna say, I am worth more? The fact that y'all be asking these questions over and over and over and over and over again to every single reader means that you need to actually read what you're writing. And you need to read what you're writing as if you were your best friend. Because if that was my best friend, ain't no way in hell I would let her be ping-ponging back and forth or him ping-ponging back and forth. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't way. I just would not. So you're being told right now in this season, this next season, is to start valuing yourself, to start loving yourself, to start telling yourself the truth about who you are and what you've been and what your actions have been. Not for shame, but to look for the strength and the strategy to move forward. If you know that this was a deficit, like I said, not valuing myself was a major deficit. I've been having to work on that. And I have been doing it slowly, building. And now I'm getting to a place where I feel comfortable with what it is that I'm offering. And I know elevation is coming up next. But I had to do the work. And you're being told, do the damn work. Okay? Now, again, this is in the shadow for some people because you are. And kudos to you. But please understand, at some point, you can't stay there. You got to move forward because you're being asked to get into your miracles. Oh, thank you. You're being asked to get into your miracles. This is Oshun of Miracles. And again, it's in the shadow. So y'all ain't there yet. None of us are there yet, right? And this is Oshun of Miracles. And it is saying divine synchronicity. Start paying attention to them. Unexpected blessings. Start counting them. Everything, small, big, natural, normal. You don't even realize it. Start taking note of those things because the more you start realizing that the universe got your back, that your God, your angels, your guardian angels, your spirit team, whoever you believe in, the minute you start seeing that they actually got your back and you stop paying attention to just the negative in your life, what's going to happen is you're going to put this in reverse. Because when you start having a sense of expectations, oh, I know it may be dark right now, but I know you using this darkness for something else. I know you are showing me how I need to shine my light in this corner, because that must be another area that I have to work on. Anytime you get your triggers flipped, that's an area you need to be working on. Anytime somebody has a way to hurt you, you need to go, ooh, wait, why did I feel that way? Because that's an area you need to work on. Because if you can give anybody your strength, that means that's an area of weakness, and that's an area you need to work on. So for Oshun of Miracles, this is for you to start expecting. This is for you to also start understanding that you're the one who actually manifests this. When I say that the universe got your back, God got your back, everybody got your back, it is because you got your front. You're still taking the steps. You're still putting in action. I like to use this example, but if you ever watch Michael Jackson's Billie Jean video, where he's walking on the sidewalk and it lights up, it doesn't light up first. He got to take a step first before it lights up. And that's how we find our purpose. We find our purpose by living life. Some of y'all, I'm going to say some of y'all, but I do have my moments of this too, because like I said, it's a collective reading. I just got the reminder to look at that butterfly, right? So the butterfly in their hand is as big as the light in their other hand. So the light in their hand is their purpose, is how they're supposed to be bringing light into the world, right? and how they're supposed to add color to this blandness, this cloud walker of a scene that we are looking at. But the butterfly, that's hope. And the butterfly is also transformation and change. Duh, we know that one. But it is hope as well. And hope is not just something that is fleeting or is small, but your hope gets to grow as long as you keep it in your hands. Some of y'all are so damn negative though. Like, oh my God. Like I had to have a rant the other day about somebody's like, oh, they all the same. Our votes don't matter, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, baby, you need to get off my life. Because if you're going to poison the well, I don't need you near my water source. Because one thing I'm here to do is be a change agent, not somebody who just going to sit down and go, there's nothing I can do. Baby, I wasn't put on this earth to do nothing. As long as I have breath, I have purpose. And that's the same thing for y'all. So you need to hold on to hope or find it again. And one of the ways to find it again is to do the assignment that you were given. The assignment that you were given of the Gemini full moon, which is write down what you intend to manifest. Not just your willy-nilly dreams, but what you actually intend to manifest. Like, you know, not against. You know, yeah. Sorry, my brain just tripped up real quick. Let me put it this way. If it is a desire you have, I mean like a real desire, like it's something that has never left you. For instance, to use myself as an example, one of the things that I want to do and that has been following me from here until forever is that I want to produce my own romance movies starring Black women, because it's really important for me that Black women get to see themselves being loved and loving, right? I've never lost that dream. I've never lost that. I haven't manifested yet. I've written them, but I haven't produced them yet. So my intention is to produce my movies. That's what I would write down. Do I know how I'm going to get the millions of dollars? I do not. But you're not being asked to know the how right now. You're asked to discover the what. What do you actually want to have in your life? What do you actually want to be in your life? What do you actually want to do in your life? You're being told, sit your ass down and figure this out. Because there's no more just going where the world takes you. Figure out where you actually want to go. And then you go, hey, show me how to get there. There's a difference there, right? Because you have at least intention. And when you do that, when you combine all of this, when you learn how to give selflessly, when you learn how to give without expectation, when you learn how to receive without expectation, because that's where I got worked on too, is that when somebody try to give me something, I'm like, what can I do for you? Sometimes you just got to receive because it is your blessing. And their blessing is to give it to you. Their assignment is to give it to you. Give you time, give you knowledge, give you advice, give you help, whatever it is. That's their assignment. That's their blessing. And you can't not accept it because you're trying to block their blessing. No. So you let them do that. But this is asking you to be more vulnerable. This is asking you to be less afraid of being hurt and more afraid of not living your own life. This is asking you to stop lying to yourself. This is asking you to tell yourself the truth about you. Are you living a life of negativity because it's you spouting it? Are you doing 2 steps forward and 50 steps back because you are manifesting that lack, because you fear it, because you think you don't deserve it? You need to be looking at your real mask. How are you showing up in this world and what is really underneath it? So that's what you need to be examining. And then you need to learn how to find the strength in your shame to embrace it. to learn from it, to create strategy from it, and to move forward in a way that it does become your strength, where there is no regret that ties you down, where you have an understanding that everything gets used for purpose, that there is nothing thrown away in your life, that everything builds and builds and builds, everything is usable, and it just might have taken you longer to get there, right? So you have to accept that. And then the final thing here is have hope. Some of y'all are hopeless, and that ain't no way to live. Have hope. Have hope that you are going to manifest the thing that you've written down. Have hope that you are going to be the person that you can't shake. That dream, that purpose, that gift, whatever it is, have hope that you will get alignment and direction. Have hope, because y'all are out here feeling hopeless. I know the world look crazy as hell right now. I know people are feeling anxious. I know people are feeling doubtful. I know you young people are like, I'm never going to get ahead. Have hope, because this too will pass. It will. Because again, as I said, there's cycles to this thing. And if you've been in a down cycle, guess what? You're about to be up. But only if you do the work. Only if you look at your shadows. Only if you shine the light on those first. Because if you let another year pass without the understanding that you are not going to keep repeating the same lessons you've been having to learn, that when the final exam comes, you're going to know the answers so that you can get over and graduate into the next class of lessons. Until you finally learn that, all you are locking yourself into is another season like the one you were just in. I know you want different. I know you want different. And if you're somebody who wants different, then to get that different, you're going to have to do something different. And that is tell the truth about you. Tell the truth about what you want. Tell the truth about what you're willing to do. And tell the truth about who you want to be. And then after that, allow yourself to be loved, to be supported, and allow yourself to do the same for yourself and for others. I knew that was going to be a powerful message. That is the message for the collective. Woo, y'all. If that was good, please let me know. Tap the screen. I want to catch up to your messages real quick. I saw some messages over here before we get into our actual reading, but I have been asked to do this. And I am honored to do that. When I was in my prayer, God was like, listen, I need you to talk to the people real quick before you do all that. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to talk to the people. All right. So thank you. Now, if you're over on YouTube, I'm actually doing readings from TikTok. You are welcome to stay and interact, because we are going to have political readings too, but the personal readings I'm only doing from TikTok. Again, I have to learn my boundaries, and that's just one of them. All right, so we had someone get a situation reading. I'm trying to find who that was. Popular. Thank you. Oh, thank y'all so much. I'm sorry if I didn't say hey when you stepped in, or I'm really sorry. I just needed to read that. Yeah. Maddie, it definitely felt the shift. That's why I was sitting here for a little bit, waiting to get the permission to go live. I had to do my prayer first. Thank you guys so much for lighting up the donuts in my gift gallery. Okay. Is it Zaya? Is that how you pronounce your name? If it's not, please write it out phonetically. Listen, Suze, I'm a Gemini girl, so you know that Gemini moon is asking for communication. It is asking for y'all to be open, to be honest, to be real. Geminis do not like fakeness. I know people be like, Geminis are two different people. No, we're not. We're not. We check energy first. You get what you get because you gave what you gave. We are not fake. We don't like fakeness. So, yes, my word for the year. I'm glad you guys are feeling words. I let my words come to me. My word for 2026 that came to me during our live not too long ago is commitment. I need to be committed to the goals that I said I wanted to achieve. And that is that in itself is discipline. But it's bigger than that, because it's like discipline is something I guess I can write off, but committed means that I'm married to this. I said I want it, I'm finna put a ring on it. You know, like I want to finish my book. That is something that has to happen. I can't let 2026 go by without me finishing my romance novel. But that's not a wait until January thing. That's a get started today thing. Okay, y'all. I just need y'all to understand this is what you're being asked to do, is get started now. There is no more waiting. You waited long enough. Okay? There is no more waiting.